people in their need, have asked for there to be a review. I think the NLNG is being myopic by even contesting this position. If as it is, the case of the NLNG was based on the rule of law, that the Gas Act preceded even the NDDC Act, and that in our act, the NLNG Act, there was nothing that said we had to pay anything to the NDDC. Okay, the Supreme Court and everybody has now agreed that that act so exists. But acts are reviewed when and if necessary. The review is necessary and is expedient at this point in time.
I'm concerned about the impact of this Amendment Act on the NLNG, really, because it will seem to suggest that you have this entity with about 18,000 workers under its fold. What impact do you think that this amendment will have on the long term for the NLNG? Are you looking at a situation where perhaps that organization will cease to exist?
No. 3%? 3% of proceeds? That's all they're asking for. 3%. They've made billions, hundreds of billions of dollars over the years without calculatedly putting in any penny, any dime towards the development of the region.
Do you have a proof of that?
Their law says that they do not contribute to the development. Now, they will tell you that they are developing Bonny and its environs. Well, what if, say, Mobile says we are prospecting only in, say, Eket, so we will not contribute anything to the NDDC Act or to the NDDC for development of the region. We are going to develop only Eket. How, in fact, what do you have what oversight control do you have now over Mobile in that case, and NLNG as it now is? But more importantly is the fact that, why I said myopic earlier on, when the NLNG protests 3% removal, like I said, take the example of the Gbaramatu and the National Maritime University issue. When everybody was saying, oh, there's been corruption in Gbaramatu, Korenkuku, or the site, we therefore are going to cancel the project. Think of what we lost in those 7 months or so of the insurgency raging.
Okay.
And think of how much less would have been spent.
Okay. So some of the reasons
acceding to the demands of the people.
Some of the reasons they've given is that this is not just run of the mill or the guarantees, the assurances that were given to the investors before they came in here is very key. And the NLNG says this has been reinforced by successive governments. And that's the reason why even the governments, I'm not sure, because the Minister of State has spoken about it, saying that this is not a good move at the moment. So why still go ahead?
But I don't know what the Minister of State has done.
There's several comments quoted where he says
I don't know what the Minister of State has done.
You don't need that support?
Who?
The Minister of State to support this if it needs to go through?
The people are the sovereign power. Sovereignty resides in the people. The people of the Niger Delta want justice to be done to them. The people of the Niger Delta have been denied any benefits from the proceeds. So we are now more concerned about the foreign investors and others than the people there in the region, or the National Assembly, which has the power. It resides in the legislature, the National Assembly, to at any time it so deems necessary and fit to review the laws. This is a law that more than all the representatives there in the House have come to agree needs reviewing. So the Minister of State is one human being in the executive and is not going to change the will of the people or what is good and necessary and now right for the people.
Let's get Margaret to get a question in. Go ahead.
Just quickly, what do you say to the argument that the establishment of the NLNG, because you say that it has contributed nothing, or contributed very little, as it were, to the Niger Delta region. Some say that the establishment of the NLNG itself is a contribution because it has reduced gas flaring by up to 80% in the Niger Delta region.
Yes, I did not deny the fact. I stated it myself that by coming into existence, the NLNG as a necessity for it to operate as a commercial venture has reduced gas flaring. So we are not saying that nothing has benefited the region. I said nothing has altruistically, calculatedly benefited the region, because nothing holds the NLNG to any particular standards. The NDDC was created by the federal government of Nigeria as the key interventionist agency to change.
Which one, NDDC?
The